45 seconds. The number burned across the capacitor display, red and absolute. Through my crystalline vision, I could see the energy building in the transformer units, electrical potential coiling like a spring ready to snap. The power conduit, I said, pointing to the massive cable beneath the capacitor array. We disconnect that, the whole system dies. Selina was already moving. What about Shrek? He's at the control panel. I'll handle him. You get to the conduit. Renee, that cable is shielded. I need your strength too. Together then, I grabbed her hand. Fast. We sprinted across the sub-basement, leaping over the unconscious enforcer. Shrek had reached the control panel, his white hair matted with blood, his good hand fumbling across the interface. Stop, I shouted, but he didn't even look up. Override, he muttered, his voice slurred. My city, my power. 30 seconds. The penguin emerged from the smoke, umbrella raised. Nobody's overriding anything. That capacitor represents 18 million in infrastructure. It represents 6 blocks of corpses, Selina snapped. Dick's voice burst through my comm, breathless and urgent. Renee, Joker's headed to the roof, helicopter inbound, I can't. Gunfire punctuated his words. Can't reach him in time. The penguin fired. The umbrella's mechanism discharged with a pneumatic hiss, launching a blade-tipped projectile directly at Selina. I shoved her aside, the blade sparking off my armored shoulder plate, and drove my claws into Penguin's wrist. He shrieked, the umbrella clattering to the concrete as the anesthetic took hold. His knees buckled. Should have stayed in Arkham, I said, letting him collapse. 20 seconds. Selina was already at the conduit, her fingers searching the shielded housing for the access panel. It's bolted, I need. I slid beside her, my claws useless against industrial fasteners. Through the lattice vision, I could see the internal structure, the precise points where the housing connected to the mounting brackets. There, I pointed to 3 hexagonal bolts. Those are load-bearing. Remove them and the whole shield drops. With what tools? Selina's voice was climbing toward panic. I looked around desperately. The fallen enforcer's belt there. A multi-tool standard security equipment. I grabbed it, flipped out the driver attachment, and tossed it to Selina. She caught it smoothly, already positioning herself at the first bolt. 15 seconds. Shrek was still at the panel, his movements growing weaker. Access denied, the computer voice announced. Access denied. Bruce, I said into my comm. Shrek's locked out of his own system, the Joker's programming. I see it. Bruce's voice was tight with concentration. The lockout is absolute. Physical disconnect is your only option. Selina had the first bolt free. Her hands moved with the precision of her Jeet Kune-do training, every motion economical and exact. Second one stripped. I can't get purchase. I examined it through my enhanced sight, seeing the microscopic damage to the bolt head. Hit it. Sharp impact, 11 o'clock angle. She struck the bolt with the multi-tool's handle. Something inside the housing cracked. Third bolt. 10 seconds. Above us, the building shook again. Through the ceiling, I heard the distinctive thump of helicopter rotors growing louder. The Joker's escape was underway. Dick's voice. He's on the roof, I'm pinned, he's boarding. Let him go, I shouted. Get clear of the building. 7 seconds. The third bolt came free. The housing dropped with a metallic clang, exposing the conduit's connection interface. But it wasn't a simple disconnect. It was a locking mechanism, requiring simultaneous pressure on 4 release points. I need 4 hands, Selina said. We each took 2 points. On 3, I said. 1, 2. 5 seconds. Shrek lunged from the control panel, his wounded shoulder forgotten, his face a mask of desperation and rage. My empire, he screamed, grabbing for Selina's arm. I kicked him away without looking, my focus locked on the release points. 3. We pressed simultaneously. For a heartbeat, nothing happened. Then the locking mechanism disengaged with a heavy clunk, and the conduit separated, electrical arcing erupting in a shower of sparks. The capacitor display flickered. 2 seconds. The numbers froze. Then, slowly, the entire array began powering down, the building energy dissipating through emergency grounding systems. The crackling electricity faded to silence. Selena and I collapsed against each other, breathing hard. Through the ceiling, the helicopter's rotors grew distant. "He's gone," Dick reported, his voice heavy with frustration. "Joker's in the wind." Commissioner Gordon's voice joined the comm channel. "GCPD is securing the building. We have Shrek's location." I looked at Max Shrek, crumpled against the control panel, clutching his shoulder. His empire had quite literally shut down around him. "Sub-basement. He's not going anywhere." Gordon acknowledged and signed off. Bruce spoke quietly. "The Joker will surface again. He always does." I helped Selena to her feet, my crystalline vision finally fading. The lattice receded, leaving only normal sight and a bone-deep exhaustion. "I know, but tonight we saved 6 blocks. That's enough." "Is it?" Selena's blue eyes searched mine. "He's out there, Renee, planning the next move." Above us, footsteps thundered as GCPD tactical teams swept the building. We had minutes, maybe, before they reached the sub-basement. "Then we'll be ready." I squeezed her hand. "But first, we need to get clear." Dick appeared at the stairwell entrance, his Nightwing suit torn and smoking. "Extraction routes compromised. Too many uniforms. We need another way out." Selena glanced at the capacitor array, now completely inert. "The maintenance tunnels. They connect to the old subway system." "Can you navigate them?" Dick asked. "In my sleep." She was already moving toward a service door I hadn't noticed. "But we move now. Gordon's people will seal those tunnels once they realize we're gone." The sound of boots on metal stairs grew louder. Gordon's voice echoed down. "Secure all exits. Nobody leaves until we have a full accounting." We ran.